But the first thing man, help out is the best of man. You have to improve, and I promise we improve, Kevin.
Media-wise, visibility-wise.
Yeah. No, but it's good to see you, Deputy. I mean, we've been
yeah. You start on a very soft note. Your country club with the semblance of Lofa County. How is it? What's Lofa status? I think my spokesman said the hour. Yeah. What happened?
Well, man, soft the term, soft the condition, you know. Lofa has always been in the lead for the last 2-3 county meets, the been champion. And I think it's just fair enough. We can go into a lot of details because you'll be deep in the wounds. But I think Lofa has always been good. They have always been doing well. The management team, the steering committee has been doing very well. And I think it's time that other counties participate and emerge. So we say wish them well and wish Lofa County well, wish our players, the technical staff. I think they did the living.
Was the decision in good faith?
I think it was in good faith because the essence of the county meeting is to reconcile our people. So once reconciliation is on the right path and on the right draft, I think nothing should stay in the way. It shouldn't be because of personal ego or personal interest as it relates to county. We should let it be and let it go. And then we'll move on. Prepare for another one.
Let's first of all start off with your district. You're still the representative, even though deputy speaker. What's the status of your district? Then we can go to your status as a deputy speaker and under the new leadership.
Well, thank you, Kevin. And again, it's a pleasure. I'd like to say a very big good morning to the people of Weah. And I thought we could start with recent visit in the county, starting from Lofa, that we got into Weah. And I'd like to select our recent visit to Lofa County, where we spent the Christmas along with the first citizen of the land, having been the chief executive of our nation, His Excellency Joseph Parker. Yes, Kevin, and it was great. The people of Lofa, I'd like to begin by saying a very big thank you for the reception, the interaction. That was splendid, that was great. He has been passed in time to see such huge delegation going into the county, celebrating the Christmas, interacting with people, sharing pleasantry. I think that was a great movement. And I'd like to say a big thanks to all of the commissioners, paramount chiefs, superintendent, our citizens of the county. They were very, very gracious, and I think we had a very good time.
How was the planning like?
The planning was proper because we achieved the goal. Because when you
was it planned for 2 weeks, 1 week?
No, the plan was like a week.
Okay.
We spent a week in the county. Some of us spent 1 or 2 days more. But that was great. The planning was well organized, well planned. And the president was received. Our led team went ahead in terms of the preparation, working with the local leadership on the ground. And he was received from the water side, where he interacted with some of the citizens. He went to Zosa. And of course, we went to Vonjama, where he spent the night. And the following day, we left Vonjama. We went to LPMC. There's a community, a big community. We'll get into that. And then later, we got into Kolaho. The reception was just all over the people, all over the place. People waving palm branches.
Is that the beginning of the Lofa Unity?
I would say yes. We started some part of 2024, ushering into 2025. We also visited, but that was just brief. But this one was a little bigger, and then he was massively received, including we, the local leaders as well, the political leaders of the county, meeting the representatives and senators. You saw all of us in the county interacting with our citizens, engaging our citizens, complimenting the chief executive in all of his visit and interaction with his people. And then finally we got into Weah, where that was the hub of the entire visit. And Weah was so great. Weah was great. We did a lot of positive things. We had some fun. We had some interaction. We had some positive engagement with the citizens, where citizens cut across the county converge into Weah, where we have a massive stakeholders meeting presided by the President Joseph Walker. We're all in attendance, and to set the roadmap in terms of development of our county. And all of our people, most of them make the import. And that was wonderful, and I'd like to say thanks to the people of Lofa, the Lofa unity. I see it fly sky high. Yes, the generality of our people beginning to grab the concept that in order to have development, you must be able to firstly reconcile among yourself, and then you can set the path for national growth and development of the county. And that was great.
Before we still into the Lofa politics and everything, but while still in Lofa, you're the lawmaker for district number 1, right?
Yeah, sure.
How did you lead the district, and you like clocking 2 years? What have changed thus far?
Well, Kevin, a lot has changed. If we should delve into Weah district number 1 politics, as the representative, I will always begin by be grateful to the people of Weah for trusting me with the responsibility to provide leadership this time around. We got elected 2 years ago to office, and today, comparing years back to the current status of Weah, you can take the microphone. I think we're doing great. The people of Weah are doing very well. And the first thing, we set an agenda. We have a few thematic issues. After we assumed the responsibility as the representative of Weah, we had that agenda that says we'll talk about need assessment. What was the need assessment we did in that district? There are many challenges. There are a lot of things need to be done. But in our view, my team and I, we identify a few areas that we needed to tackle for the first 1 to 2 years. And I see aggressive progress being made on the grounds, evidenced by the reception of our people, our interaction with our people, their comments, the remarks, the appreciation, and that agenda been going very well. You know, the elections we had in Weah is something to talk about. It was really tense, 2023.
It was
really tense. It brought a lot of wounds, a lot of hurts, a lot of hard feelings.
At all levels, or at the level of the presidency, or your...
All levels, because I led the team 2023 in Lofa County, not only Weah, but the entire county. You know, our county is a cultural and highly traditional county. And I think it was the first time since the inception of Lofa in 1964 to have seen that kind of aggressive politics in Lofa County, heavy competition. This was, 2023 was the first time, because normally our people, they meet, they discuss, they give the marching order. Until we got in, the team led by me, introducing a strong, aggressive opposition in the county. In the past, it was just like what we call one party state and just move on.
Being the unity party then.
The unity party. By the time of former party, we introduced that, and we were aggressively involved into the campaign. That created some tension, to be honest. It brought some highs, it brought some mixed feelings, because our people did not expect that. They thought it would have been all of us would fall in one line, but we went the other way around.
So there was a need for reconciliation.
So part of the thematic points that I talk about, we said reconciliation 1, because in order to keep the ball rolling in terms of development activities that we help the district to grow, we needed to do reconciliation first, and then that was part of our pillar number 1. We thought that you reconcile or try to reconcile your people who move into the education sector, how we can all help address the young people to brighten their minds in the place. We got into that. We came to agriculture. You know, our people are very strong. They believe in cultivating and helping themselves. Then we came down to infrastructure. We identified some of the needs. So to begin with the reconciliation, it wasn't an easy thing. We started from Monrovia, stakeholders engagement, and I'd like to say a very big thanks. The president initiated that. That was in 2024, when we went for the Christmas, where he put us together. There were major arrivals, for example, Minister Yumale and my supporters versus his supporters, so to speak, the Unity Party. So there was serious tension. There was a big split, evidenced by the votes. You can see in Weah when you go to the data there. So it was not something that could easily be accepted. But thankfully, the old man, the president did very well. We had town hall meetings, we had open meetings, secret meetings, and we begin to chart a new course. And I'm pleased to announce here today that that discussion that was held 2024 among ourselves to reconcile among ourselves is on course, is doing very well. Evidenced by our recent visit, we see people that could not speak, people that couldn't see eye to eye, couldn't visit, young people, everybody had tension in the place, but you could see young guys interacting to the extent that even Hatay centers were divided. So one group of people can go to this Hatay center, another group of people.
Yeah, but then that reconciliation can still be threatened because you still have the CDC still has even though you're not there, but they do still have supporters.
Well, you were taking a matter from the CDC if Weah technically was me. And it's not about show. So, it's not about show. But you can go there today. The percentage you had there today, when you go there, someone will tell you that we are friends of Fallah. And they tell you wherever Fallah goes is where we go. So we can't speak to that too much.
So the election was held today?
No, definitely the side Fallah will go is the winning side.
And which way you will go?
Joseph Boakai.
The United Party?
Yeah. In fact, I've told my people, I think they're listening, those are listening to me, that in fact the entire Weah politics, they turn into the Lofa politics. Our politics, the drive we on, the path we're taking now is, I said to the people of Lofa County, it's going to be almost like a one-party state like what happened in the past. And for me, we tell people I'm clear about that the Lofa County, our colleagues, some of our friends disagree. They entitled to the rights, the opinion, but we're going to work harder to see how the Lofa County can be what? Party Joseph Boakai, one. When it comes to Weah, it's between Party Joseph Boakai and Thomas Fallah, period. That's the stage we're trying to set.
You're giving us an idea of 2029.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So,
and you're not missing your word about that?
No, I'm not missing my words. You can go there today, take the microphone. The most important you hear is wherever Fallah goes is where we go. Notwithstanding there are issues. That's why we get about time to stay talk to our people, because we went there and changed the mentality of our people, the mindset of our people about the party that we carry.
So does that mean, in simple terms, it's good that you're here. We have these microphones. Hundreds of thousands Liberians are listening to you.
Yeah.
Have you joined
No.
Unity Party, or you're supporting?
No, 100% supporting Joseph Boakai and his agenda. I'm not a party president. I'm out of party politics for now. I think I'm okay. From the independent perspective, I support this agenda. I support Joseph Boakai for obvious and serious reasons. Okay. And I think I'm cool with it. Going into 2029, I think this is my path, that this is my direction. And all of my supporters, my little strength that I have as a president is going to be directed.
Let me do a follow-up on that, since in fact you jumped the gun. Why, if Mr. Boakai declined from contesting?
Wherever he directs, that's why I'm going.
Okay.
So the support is not just temporary, it's holistic, it's elastic, because we're going to stretch it, whatever Joseph Boakai says, whatever he supports, and wherever he points out. And that's the direction our Fallah and support.
I still want to stay with Lofa County because you were appointed by the president to spearhead the Lofa County Development Committee. Have you started work with that committee?
Oh, yes. And I'd like to say I'm so grateful and very gracious for such a huge responsibility and task given me. But not just an ordinary citizen, but the father of the land, one, number two, the father of Lofa County, to have pointed finger at me, selected me, not just in his office or from his office, but in the presence of the entire Lofa County. What do I mean? Individuals that constitute Lofa County in terms of leadership, meaning where the generality of the paramount chiefs of the county, mayor of the counties, commissioners of the county, chiefs, elders, zones, they were all seated. The president appointed us, me, to set the path and the agenda for national development of our county. And I think I'd like to say a very big thanks to the president for giving me, seeing that trust in me, because there are a lot of professionals, Lofians, there are a lot of good citizens from Lofa that have energy, that have talents, they have the technical know-how, but to have selected me, and I was so grateful, because at that forum, I consider that forum to be Lofa Forum because the entire Lofa was seated and all of the stakeholders, if not 90% of the major decision makers of the county were there, and the president did that appointment. And I'd like to say I'm grateful. Thank you, Mr. President, for such a huge task and
So what is going to be your assignment?
My assignment is to prepare the national development agenda, the development agenda of Lofa County, working with stakeholders, working with local government officials in the county. While it is true the government should have a national plan for each county, but we're going to complement and we're going to hit the ground running, identify some of those major issues, major areas, in consultation with the locals. So I already started the ground rolling. You're going to have us beginning engaging stakeholders in Monrovia, in the county, where I'm going to set up, the first thing is to set up my own secretariat that will work as a liaison between we have 11 administrative districts in Lofa County, including my caucus, all of us, and members. So the 11 administrative districts, we want to identify a smaller group because we're so huge, sometimes to achieve it becomes very difficult. We're going to drive it. So we anticipated maybe 7 persons per administrative district, so you have 77 people, plus my secretary with maybe a few advisors around us that will sit and discuss the issue of Lofa County, where Lofa is, where we intend to see Lofa in the next 3, 4, 5 years, especially under the watchful eye and supervision of His Excellency the President, and we'll be able to submit that paperwork to him and say, yes, Mr. President, this is what the people of Lofa County yelling for, and I think we should go in this direction. So yes, as we get into the new year, we will be very engaged, and the secretariat, my team is going to be set up. The team will be going back to the county, working with the office of the superintendent and the local officials on the grounds to identify where the caucus, so that we can have this thing put into place. But I think it's unique, and I think we're going to achieve.
A follow-up to my colleague's question, the President has given you the mantle to lead the charge for a Lofa development. It means that you have about 4 years, technically. Lofians are listening. Give us a picture of what do you look forward to, because those are tangibles now. You want a path of reconciliation based on what you narrated, based on what you explained. The county is at some point reconciled. So developments are tangible. What is it that the President told you that he wants to achieve in the next 4 years, now that you have the mantle?
Well, it's not what necessarily the President said, but what the people of Lofa yelling for. And I think it's cut across this country. And I like the President whenever he speaks to the point of roll. And Lofa is of no exception, Kevin. And then sometimes I tell people, constructively, don't get me wrong, I envy Limba County because you can leave from Monrovia now and go straight to Lofa 2. You get access a paved road. And also, I would like to see Lofa have similar development because Lofa is a big county with a strong name, strong people, with a lot of potential people. But one thing, if we just target that, I'm going to show you the rest of the general items will fall in line, which is I'd like to see Lofa have a very paved road from Medicoma to Samaye.
Why is it taking too long to get Lofa connected to the rest of Liberia?
Because, you know, Lofa is situated in a way that you have to, there are a lot need to be done. A lot will need to be done. And in the time past, I don't believe that we were prioritized to some extent when it comes to road development, because looking at the potential of Lofa County, if you were just to focus on Lofa County in time past, but now we have good roads, we have a lot of progress, because when you talk about agriculture programs in our country, you talk about what we normally used to call the bread basket of Liberia, that was Lofa. So if you prioritize roads in Lofa, agriculture will flow. If you prioritize road in Lofa, the issue of the health that you're talking about, clinic, hospital in the villages and towns will flow. If you prioritize agriculture, even the schools for our children, you can leave Vonderman, you come Monrovia, and a lot of progressive things will go on in Lofa County because they are independent people. They just need a little push and you see a lot will happen, and that's going to cut across the country. They're going to help the country economy. They're going to help in so many ways in agriculture and all of that.
Yeah.
So for me, I know we're going to entertain the view of the citizens, but I believe road is number one, and I think we need to push that. Meaning it's not just the major highway, but most of those community roads, feeder or roads, opening or whatever we can do as a local. The government has a major role to play, but you see like we call farm to market roads, community connections, those mini bridges, and you can do those connections as citizens, good citizens. That is our way of buttressing national government.
You can put a
Where
projection,
government
in terms of connecting Lofa. How
No,
many years can the people of Lofa?
if we work aggressively with resources, we all put hands on deck. It will take a couple of time, but in the relative 3-4 years that we have, Kevin, you can trust me, major communities, major towns will be connected, and you will see the progress, and you will see the output coming from Lofa County. So we're working on it. We want to have that paperwork and have a serious outlook how Lofa is going to go in the next 4 years.
Okay, Deputy, let's come to some national politics. I mean, you started talking about it, but it seems you came very prepared to respond to some of the issues. But let's talk about your exposure.
Let's
talk about your exposure from the CDC. Was it a blessing in disguise? Was it an unfortunate situation for the CDC and a blessing for you as a person?
Well, I think, I'm sorry, I just don't like to speak to this, my former party issue, because sometimes you will step on toes, you will bring back wounds and hard feelings. But I think today, I hope today could just be the last time to speak to it, and then we move on. And then, like I said, one time when that expulsion took place, I said to people, in time to come, the truth will unveil itself. I know, because there are a lot of claims, counter claims. Everybody want to have the right. Everybody want to accuse someone. But in all fairness, I think before I get to the expulsion, and I want to say this today because we're on this video, there's a lot of courage. I think there was a little emotional approach by the CDC as it relates to the actions. And because of that actions, it's true. The truth will come out. And I remember, I don't know, Kevin.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know whether you guys have a copy of my expulsion letter.
I do have.
I
have to check for
yeah,
it.
when you
But
check
just
that,
go
let's
ahead.
talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Kevin.
Yeah, but
And I also want to read this verbatim for me because I just want to clear this.
Kevin, I told you that the deputy came prepared, right?
You know, I'm on the phone again. You just check it.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I can't even get it. If you get it for.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, just few things. The preamble, you can just read the preamble. Yeah. Why?
So you want me to read the entire thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You start
which
from
one?
here.
It says here December 11.
Yeah.
It says December 11, 2024, CDC National Executive Committee expels Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah and takes strong action to safeguard the Constitution and national stability. It reads here, it says that, you can tell me to stop when you're ready. It says the National Executive Committee, the NEC of the Coalition for Democratic
Okay, hold
Change.
on right there.
Yeah.
You see there? There are two phrases there from the preamble that I told you, based on the Constitution, you expel Thomas Fallah.
Okay, it says the National Executive Committee, the NEC of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, has taken a decisive, firm step by expelling Deputy Speaker Thomas P. Fallah with immediate effect. Should I continue?
Yeah, that was on Constitution.
Okay, it says the CDC National Executive Committee expels Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah and takes strong action to safeguard the Constitution and national stability.
Thank you. You expel Thomas Fallah. Which Constitution? Is it the party Constitution or the national Constitution? And I'd like to state that for my friends in the CDC today, especially young militants that do not understand. Sometimes you hear people talk about Fallah is ungrateful, the guy is ungrateful. the party made him, and today he SYZ. Fallah did not leave CDC. And I don't know how to sink this down in the ears of my former parties and friends. Fallah was expelled. I don't know whether we can really define expulsion or what we used to call in school, what we call in school NTR. There must be reason why you are giving NTR in the school. In the school perspective, that means the handbook they will give you as a student in that school. They give you a handbook, don't do this, don't do this. These are things that you shouldn't do. If you do these things, you are going to be expelled. When you fall in that category, you must be expelled, right? In the context of political parties, let me speak, the bylaws and constitution clearly spell out how an individual violates and he or she should be expelled. My friends in the CDC, the second aspect, you hear this here, the National Executive Committee in consultation. I hope some of them can call on this radio station today because they are my friends, my good friends that we live together, work together for 20 years. 20 years of my life has been with the CDC. So it's not 20 days, it's not 5 days. And there is no record. Those that know Fallah, I'm not a disrespectful guy. I'm a quiet guy, soft guy, and I respect friends. I work harder for everything that I do and everything that I have. I don't remember one day of the 20 years of violating CDC bylaws and constitution. I can't remember one day. Sometimes I'm not administrator.
But they never specify the reason behind your expulsion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the constitution. So let someone call here today and tell you, Kevin, which part of the constitution or the bylaws and constitution of the CDC that Fallah violated.
So what did the letter say? What did CDC say?
CDC said
that foundation your expulsion in that letter.
Breach of constitution. And I'm saying to you, let them tell me the provisions of our party bylaws and constitutions that are violated. Number two, they tell you in the letter of expulsion that the National Executive Committee convened to expel someone. They must convene. I'm a member of the National Executive Committee, Kevin.
So due process ensured.
There's no due process. There was no. The first thing they did, that's why I said I don't want to go into this because you'll be bringing a wound. You suspended me first, along with some of my colleagues. You suspended us. You said you want to subject us to grievance and ethics. Let someone call on this radio and say one meeting was called maybe for disrespected the committee or overlooked the committee. In fact, even committee, whether that committee, the grievance and ethics committee that was announced, whether that committee was set up.
Who was the head or who is still the head of the ethics?
No one, absolutely. That's why I said let it call it correct.
And you were a member. Who was the head of the grievance?
No, when they expelled me at the time, they said they were going to name a committee to subject me along with my colleagues to that committee. We were going through our suspension, waiting to be given due process of being heard.
No call,
no text, no
invitation.
citations, absolutely nothing. And I asked them to call. It's no disrespect to my friends. And the second thing I want to...
Before you go to the second thing, did you ask them to investigate you?
Of course.
While you were undergoing
While I was going for suspension, waiting. Patiently waiting to go and answer. Which part of the bylaws of my party that Fallah violated?
Did you communicate that to them formally?
No, I did not communicate. But the fact that they suspended me and said we'll be setting up a committee that will take you to grievance and ethics, we were waiting. Until then, I see them talk about the National Executive. I will defend my former party, National Committee, Executive Committee members that are listening this morning. Because, Kevin, I was the Vice Chairman for Operations. The revised constitution of the CDC that is with NEC today, I am the secretary. Except CDC can go to convention and remove me or replace my name. So, if you talk about expulsion, you expel me, and then you claim that the National Executive Committee, in consultation, read that letter, in consultation with the National Executive Committee member, I asked them to call. Where was that National Executive Committee members convened, the citations, the meetings, those he attended, so the public can know today. But it just came out because out of emotion, someone started saying it because they got issue with Fallah.
Do you miss them?
Well, yes, I miss them.
Do
They
you
are my
miss the
friends.
CDC?
I miss my friends. I miss the CDC. I'm like, we have to be honest to ourselves. And I miss them and respect them, love them so much because I spent 20 years.
20 years.
20 years since 2004. I did not waver. I did not take one foot out until they expelled me December 2024.
There was something
So I
think
built relationship. I built friends. And today we are still friends. We talk, we engage, we interact.
I was initially asking if that expulsion was a blessing in disguise for you.
Oh, I think so. I think so, especially looking at the local politics. It has released me. It has released me and brought relief, and not just local but nationally. Meaning I think and cultivate independently. Right? Because I made up my mind and I take a decision in my opinion, in my view as an individual and a person. It's just to consult my family. Only my family, but now there's no major consultation where party, political leader, executive committee, no. So I think I'm free, so it's a blessing in disguise.
Do you still speak with former President Weah?
Oh no, we have not talked for a long period of time, to be honest with you, but I got a lot of respect for him, and I think it was a base that was used to get me to permanence, and we can sugarcoat that.
Yes.
And I respect that. I will always respect former President Weah. He was a former standard bearer. He's my leader. He's a statesman, and even the party, the National Executive Committee, we are buddies. We are friends. We meet.
Do you think he will come back to power?
The Liberian people will decide when it comes to that, but now I'm just focused on where my direction of focus is. I just focus on that, and that direction is Joseph Walker and his government. So I'm not into the party politics again and know the mechanics and the strategies they want to put in place to come back. But I know I should focus on.
But based on seeing things from the outside, do you think they have what it takes to come
I can only wish them well. I can only wish them well in their endeavors. They want to come back, wish them well. But I'm just going to focus on where
But
my
you will
son has
resist them
shifted.
in Lofa County.
Oh no, in Lofa, obviously it's clear. Not resisting them, but I'm going to play my role because I got a side. I'm a national figure. I have to take a side, and I have taken my side. And wish them well and stay firm with my side. And my side, again, with emphasis, it's Joseph Parker, his government, his agenda.
A few follow-up.
If Joseph Parker wants to come back, obviously he got my support. Today you say elections, yeah, it's Joseph Parker.
Deputy Speaker, a few follow-ups. When you left the CDC and even on this radio, of course you have a rare appearance. You're not the guy who will make regular appearances. And you're in tune that you hope that this can be the last conversation. So we try to make a maximum use of your time here.
Especially
You,
with the
you
CDC
mentioned
issue.
then and even now on the CDC issue that the real truth will come out. Is that something we need to know? Before it comes out, can you just tell the people?
It's not for me to tell Kevin.
What is it that you know?
The
that we
CDC,
need
you
to
got friends. Kevin, the same way I was in the CDC.
No, but I don't know the
Most
truth. You
people
know the truth.
No,
You
Kevin,
mentioned that the
the
real truth.
CDC you knew few years ago, right? Eh? Do your comparison, bro. Do your comparison. Because we know men were there. People that pull the trigger and help to make things work. Today, there's a crisis there. Whether you like it or not, a leadership gap is there. So I don't want to go deep into it. The truth will unfold. And it will continue to unfold. There are people that were there that serve as the engine to make things work, to make the CDC to always shine. And if these people are not there, you know what you're talking about? Every individual in the organization, so to speak in this case, or political arrangement, they are important. One person is important. So just to lose one person or two persons, I hear people, and it happened before, and the party move on.
But
No.
they felt that you betrayed them.
So that's where I'm coming from.
They felt that they
betrayed
that is
me.
very fundamental on this conversation. The CDC thinks, and some other persons, a lot of persons in the CDC believe that they made you, and you are very ungrateful to the CDC.
Okay, then
Is
we
it
come
so?
back. If you made an individual, Kevin, if I was going to take it upon myself, CDC made me, I have climbed the ladder, I have gone this far, I have gotten permanence in society, granted, that's on one side of the debate. If Fallah have reached the stage and Fallah decides to resign or leave the CDC, then you could turn that as ungrateful. But you claim to make me, like you born a child, send a child to school, graduated, get a doctorate degree, the guy now got a big job, he's a big guy that should be returned to you. Then you turn around, you look at the president and say, get out of my house. In simple terms, CDC claim that it made me. I'm grateful. You know, I've always been
But
grateful
what
to
do you say?
CDC.
Did they make you?
Yes, because they play a role. It's a shared responsibility that we have. CDC play a role in my life. There's nothing to brag about. I play a role in CDC life because I know what I did as a person. We were in the trenches. I was in the slum. I was in the ghettos. I was in the communities. So I play my role. To have gotten us stable for 12 years in opposition, I was there. I was there, Kevin. To have gotten us to get elected 2017, I went across this country. Nowhere CDC went. In fact, I was one of those that led the truth to go from county to county, village to village, to propagate the
Let me
extent.
ask a question about your relationship with former president.
No, it's
Weah.
cordial.
It's cordial, but
Besides
you
the
just left. Did you
politics.
try reaching out to Mr. Weah?
Besides the
About how
politics.
unfairly in your voice you were treated?
No, I remember he and I spoke one time when that crisis was going on, and
what did
honestly,
he
I
say?
told him, I said, I'm not being treated fairly on the phone. And I just remained
What
quiet
did he
since
say?
that
What was his
day.
response?
In his view, I was treated fairly.
That's what he said?
In his view from the conversation, and I do want to go deeper into that. I respect my former political leader, that's what I can say to that. And I wish him well, I wish the CDC well, but I just want to focus on my new course. Kevin. Yeah.
So, Deputy, I mean, removing the local solidarity between you and President Weah, what extra thing you've seen in this president for which you're, energetic to support his
I
vision?
see leadership. I see organization. I see Liberia moving from one stage to a positive stage.
Are you honest about that?
I'm very honest. I'm very, very honest. Kevin, you know me.
You said similar thing about former President Weah.
I said it at the time, right? At the time. But now the situation has changed. If I said it 3 years ago and said Kevin was the best guy, then today after 4 or 5 years, I have another. I come in.
Leadership-wise, are they different?
I believe Joseph Yuma Baka and his government. I see leadership. I see organization. I see the image of our country. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to step on anyone else. Past leaders did their part. They did what they could do, including President Weah. They did their part. Today, it's Joseph Yuma Baka and his government. And I believe, in my opinion, of Joseph Yuma Baka, I see leadership, I see organization, I see our country moving forward. I see, I envisage a better future for our country. And that's why I have made that decision, a personal decision, to stay with Joseph Yuma Baka and his government. And I believe if Joseph Baka remains on this path, our country is going to be greater and going to be better.
You served both presidents. You are a long time, once upon a time member, and have the good thing about it is that you have proximity to both leaders, former President George Weah and current President Joseph Yuma Baka. I hear you pressed on the words. You see confidence, organization. You see prospects. If he continues on the path, there's going to be a better Liberia. Does it smell like, so far, what significant differences between the both leaders?
Kevin, hypothetically, let me speak today. You see, I have been in the elective processes for the last 2-3 decades. And to be elected is one thing. To regain the confidence of your people is another thing. Sometimes to be elected is sometimes because people judge you or sympathy. Let's give a try, and until we hopeful things will get better. They gave you responsibility, right? When they gave you responsibility, it now behooves you as a person to make sure that that responsibility that is given you is properly managed so that tomorrow when you want to do a comeback, it becomes much easier. That's why I tell people, you see, the framers of the Constitution, when they were crafting the Constitution, they did not make mistake, in my opinion. When those guys, men and women, sat and said, 2 terms for a ruling party or a government, and they tell you 2 terms, 6 years. In the opinion of those people, that's my reading, that 1 term is not sufficient for any government, except the extreme. Because with my experience, I know 1 term is not enough, because the formulation of government law sometimes takes 2 years. The preparation of national policy document takes sometimes 2 years, 3 years. The issue of lobbying for resources to get government on path to hit the ground running, sometimes it takes 3 years to start unveiling your agenda. By the time you get to look, 3, 4 years gone. So if you work well in the first term, and the people see that you're doing well and you mean well, they give you second chance. Because the second chance is where they expect for a lot of things to happen. But if you are not giving the second chance on the first chance, they told you, no, we don't like, meaning something wrong somewhere. Something wrong somewhere, because you should be giving your second term to correct and achieve your agenda for the country. But if they told you, say, no, we can't give you second chance by the popular vote, then they're telling you that you did not do well. So it's not mean to speak to say, this person did this person. The electors make the decision. So we should be, like for example, I give myself as an example. I've been in elections with the exception of the Maserati elections. All of my elections, I want them. Why? Not necessarily the generality of the people will be happy, right? As a representative, for example. But if you did something around 60%, 65%, they will always elect you. However, there will be contestation, there will be opposition, there will be argument in the district. But the generality of the people came together and said, my man, we can still trust our man. He can still go, he means well, meaning you do it well.
But
they renew your contract.
The quality of both leaders so far.
So the quality was decided by the people of Liberia.
No, I'm asking you.
No, it's not me, that's what I'm telling you. But that decision is to tell you something, Kevin.
Okay.
Don't get me into situation, I keep telling you.
Okay.
So they should tell you something, Kevin.
So let's go on to
But
the
Kevin,
next
you're
one.
the manager of Pram FM. If you're not doing well, what will happen?
All right. So now
No, answer me, bro.
no, it is you
If
that
you're not
I'm
managing,
interviewing. It is you that I'm interviewing.
But
So let's
Kevin,
go on to the next one.
because you're
On the
managing
24th
well, that's why you're not going to be easily replaced or changed.
On
or
the
removed.
24th of December last year, the eve of Christmas, Mr. Weah, the president of the Republic of Liberia, was in Lofa County, and there was an unveiling program there, and also a new name coined and styled in the National Independent Movement for Boakai. NIMBO, for sure. I hope I got the acronym pronounced correctly. What is it? What is it for? What is that?
Well, thank you. You jump on another one. Okay, so I'm pleased today again to announce. I can handle this. No problem. I can handle this. There's a friendly conversation. You won't step on toes much. We're moving on, my man. A new year, you start forcing. I mean, you know, there's an Alice that said the way you start the new year, that's how it's expected for it to end.
Yes.
So I want to. No.
You need to be a fearless person.
No. I'm not afraid, but I don't want to start with on a confrontational note.
Okay.
Yes, I want to start on a good note and end my year peacefully, like happy I am this morning. I hope the year ends the same way. So the issue of NIMO, and let me use this platform this morning to unveil NIMO, because for me, those that know me, even from my former party, when I'm into something, I'm into it with everything in me. And there's no way I can say I'm supporting Boakai and his agenda without formulating something. And I've said I support him from the independent perspective. So thought it was as the vision bearer of NIMO. Let the Liberians know for today, because we'll be crisscrossing the country with NIMO. We unveiled NIMO in Lofa County during the president's visit. And I also like to say a big thanks to him and his team for creating the official home. And the reason I did that was, like someone would say, the party was giving birth in Lofa or for Lofa County. So I managed to use this occasion, this occasion, to allow NEMO to have been unveiled in Lofa County. And why NEMO?
Was it a Mr. Walker idea or your?
No, my idea. You see, for me, that's what I said. There are a lot of things will unfold. Because for me, when I work with leaders, I like to surprise leaders. I do things to make my leader comfortable and happy, right? Not to just go there and play that game to just get your attention. No, there are things you must do as a follower to make your leader to know that yes, you mean well. Because the game of politics, everybody got their own view. Maybe the guy came as a spy, the guy, you have to be careful, Fallah. He been an old CDC guy. So I got a responsibility to prove to Joseph Walker and his team that I'm into this with everything, that I own everything that is in me. And by doing that is to do these positive things that will attract the partisans, the non-partisans to know that Fallah, this is the way he's going. So I decided from the independent perspective, along with some of my friends, my colleagues, my followers, to have established NEMO. It's the National Independent Movement for Bwaka. And NEMO is being unveiled. And NEMO is going to go cut across this country with a primary objective of working with all independent brothers of like minds, friends. This is a movement for us. We're not a political party, but we have a stake in our national politics. So we decided to form NEMO. Even some of my friends on the other side of other political parties, that someone will say, for me, I'm disenchanted, I will never use that word, I'm disgruntled. For any other reason, I believe I want to play a role to galvanize all of those citizens that are in similar situations like me. Maybe they expel you, they suspend you. There's some obvious reasons. Let's come together. If you are like man like me, and we clear that not just coming together, but we're coming together with a primary purpose and objective. And our objective is to support Joseph Human.
But the name of the speaker is...
So that's why I said NEMO. So when you come here around it, you get a leg issue, you must have rest. Kelly, you yourself get an issue, can't join NEMO. That's support Joseph Walker because, you know, everyone have their own problem, everyone has issues. So for us, we believe no issue is just for the fun. There are a group of guys, friends, citizens that have called me, even some of my colleagues in the legislature. They want independently, okay? But they believe they support Joseph Walker. So if you support Joseph Walker, do your independent legislator, for example, join me, let's work and keep the support to Joseph Walker. So yes, NEMO is being unveiled. NEMO is the newest, biggest political movement in our country, and I'm the vision bearer. We're not going to work alone, we're going to work with team, because teamwork give you results. So our team, working with a team, group of professionals, technicians, I just brought this idea, but I'm not going to be the only person to drive it. So I'm encouraging cross sections of citizens, Liberians, my friends across the country, to join NEMO. Let's make NEMO great. Let's support this government. If you believe you support this government, you support Joseph Walker, and you are not a United Party partisan, we ask you to join us because there are a lot of hanky fruits.
It's still going to be decentralized because it seems as if it's a local country.
No, it's not. It's going to be decentralized. That's what I said. In a couple of days to come, NEMO will be launched in Maserati County, and we're going to take it from county to county, county to county.
So you're going to have chapters?
Chapters, we're going to have structure put into place, all the system. It's going to be a very big thing. It's a very big program.
I see a political party growing up.
No, for me, for now, it's not a political party, it's a movement. And this movement is clear. We're going to go, we're going to work. And I'd like to say to the Unity Party, I will be sending a letter today formally to the chairperson of the Unity Party to formally introduce NEMO and the mission, the purpose of NEMO, so they can know that we are partners in progress.
Okay.
We all are working towards the same goal, maybe as separate fronts. So we're going to make that formal today, so that Unity Party can see us. Yeah, today when I get to my office.
What specific support are you going to be giving here? Is it raising funds for, say,
whatever? Because I know what it means to run a political party. I know what it means to win. I've been in the process. The first thing a political party or political leader needs is to governance support, the human support, and the financial support. So we know, we go in the trenches, we understand the politics, the local politics, the ground forces, how we can engage. We're going to engage our people because The method that was used in the past, in our later weak ways, we're going to accelerate our method to make sure NEMO is all into the trenches, into the communities. And in the next 2-3 years, you're going to see NEMO by the special grace of God.
The former superintendent who served under former president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Grace Park, in tune on the local radio, and I'm very sure you heard it, you were laughing, I'm very sure that T5, Thomas Fallah, should not be trusted. This is key. He could, along the way, betray the unity.
I respect her.
You heard that, right?
She's a female. She's a female. You see, we got a behavior in this country, and I think our people need to understand we need to change that mentality, the way of doing things in our country. Kevin, today, if I just sit behind this microphone, I have been lashed at by this madam. For the last 2-3 years, she come and made all kinds of statements, remarks, playing with my reputation, attacking my reputation. But take for instance today, if I just read here, and no one cares, no one call her to check. But today, if I just come here and accuse her in a more demeaning way, the first thing you'll see people holding placards to Capitol building.
So it is the time to tell us what is happening.
I leave her with a caution.
Is this persistent and consistent, attack on your
I just leave her with a caution because it's not going anywhere. Once I'm making progress in national politics, why should I go
what
there?
do you think is responsible you want to share on this platform?
I'm not going to go there with her.
Okay.
I leave her with a caution. Let she continue. Kevin, for me, I go for the ultimate goal. The people that know me, I go for target. So once I'm winning my target, I don't care about that. What is my target? I want to be representative. I keep winning, bro. So I expect people to throw mud at me. So if you throw stew and throw mud at me, and I keep winning, why should I go there with you? You said one thing, superintendent, up to that you can't get a job. But they see Fallah man, you call it corrupt, you should not be trusted, blah, blah, blah. But the guy keep accelerating. He keep excelling. So should I go there with you? In my judgment, no.
Is there a possibility you could turn your back on the Unity Party or Mr. Walker?
But my history is clear, Kevin. 20 years, Kevin, it's not 20 days. Kevin, you sat here. Joseph Walker was what? Vice running mate to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Kissy man, kissy woman, traditional child like me. I did not one day trip for my 20 years. The most recent one, Kevin, for me to have taken CDC in Weah, Lofa County. Kevin, how many of us Liberians can do that? Kevin, you came from a village. You think you could be brave to take someone else? Take for instance, you're not in politics, out of politics. But you know very well that when you talk about Nima at the time, it's Prince Johnson. So no matter how you have interest, but you think you could take someone else to go in your village to say go discuss Prince Johnson, in your judgment, it's not possible. But we did that. I did it. I went in 4 years.
And you regret it? You regret it?
No regret. And that's why I'm respected by my people today. That when Fallah take decision, he stayed by there and live with the consequences. I went in 4 years in the Kissy Chiefdom, put the elders, young people together, and said no. Many times I will call and say, man, no, this is the direction. I said no. My direction, my focus now is CDC and George Weah. In fact, to the point I told the people that don't vote me. It's sad to know, don't vote me, my parents, don't vote me, vote George Weah in the CDC. Go look at the numbers there. First time in the history of Lofa County.
So you are committed in essence.
So in essence, 100%. I'm not going, no, that's no reason. Nothing can pull me anymore. What do I want?
This is politics. Anything could happen.
No.
Could there be
Except
any reason
Joseph
why?
Walker is not in the process. And I'm telling you, even if Joseph Walker is not involved, Kevin, put me on record. Joseph Walker put any individual, that's where me, my family, I'm talking about other people, my followers, they have the right. But the people that I got control of, my wife, my children, those that live and benefit from my sweat, my follower, we going to the way Joseph Walker, that's the record, they're straight.
Okay, you're listening to the Super Morning Show on ELBC Radio. Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah is here as our guest. I'm here along with Kelvin of Prime FM. David, let's talk about what's your thoughts on Liberia's recent accession to the Security Council. the benefits for the country.
You see
Because
that? You see that? You see that? You see that? You see why we support Boga again? You see, you just gave me one reason to elevate my man.
No, I'm asking for your.
You have
your
made me spirited, except you are not nationalistic. And because of the party politics, you burn your eyes and see it to be nothing. But that's a boost for our country. It is a major boost for our country. And the patriotic citizen must celebrate this. And I'd like to use this minute again and say, Joseph Parker, you and your government, thank you for putting us again on the national scene after many, many years. Today, when I saw, Louis Brown hosting the Flair of Liberia, going to host it, I felt proud. And I'm proud in my spirit as a Liberian. Not because my friends or I did not do it yesterday and someone did it today. I should not appreciate it. There should be one of the many reasons that all Liberians, because if you know what it means and know the dividends, just by hosting your flair in that hall, it means your country has got it on another pedestal. And all other things follow. You have a voice in that room. You have a say in that room. Tomorrow, if you guys meet and discuss this section, you got someone there to say no. And argue a debate and say no, I think my country should not. So like someone said, when they were sanctioning us, today we're in the room, for example. Today, Liberia is in the room to make decisions. If they are to take decision to sanction any group of people or country, Liberia will have a vote on the Security Council.
You think it wouldn't have happened under the previous government?
I wish it would have happened. But since it did not happen, it happened under Joseph Parker, he's blessed. Wish him well, Papi. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep doing well. Putting us on the national scene. And that's good for our country. The image of our country is good. As a national leader, that's what I want for my country. And that's what I see going on. Don't get me wrong. There will always be issue. There will always be problems.
Hey, there where I'm coming. What do you think is wrong? And that you want to advise the president about? What do you see wrong in this government?
Someone always talk about the issue about bread and butter issue. The benefit is on the national, on the top, but it's not sinking down to the common person in the market. That's a process. It takes time. To get you on the national pedestal and image of your country, it should be a primary focus. Yes, but Cameron someone say don't focus there. Because the little person in the market want to eat today. But this eating their food, being the rest, being my brother, it has been in existence. Some of us were not born. There was a rest riot. No, what I'm not happy with, not necessarily not happy, but I think they need to improve when it comes to that.
The economy.
The economy, this bread and butter issue. Yes, I think job creation. Let's do that. Let's do that. And I think the government is on the right path gradually. Step by step. You know, when you run the organization, there must be, even in your home, there should be a set agenda. Maybe agenda one will say, okay, I want to rebuild the image of my country. In the view and opinion of those that are leading, they do that. If you're doing that, someone will say, okay, I want to build roads. Now we're talking about roads. You know what you're going to do there? If you want to concentrate on roads, you're going to step on toes. But today, come on. Come today, you hear people talk about the bread and butter issue. But I look at the price of rice. It's affordable in my view. It's affordable in my view. Someone told me today, as far as loaf I went the other day, I think we were paying $2,700 for the 25 kg. At the time, we were paying up to $4,000. Probably was because of the road. Right? Today, no matter what, I know the cross section of citizens will not be happy. But I know no one can tell me that electricity is not being over the place. I come in. These, in my view, these are all bread and butter issues too, because when the low man there can afford, I remember in the past, when you tune to any radio station, the heat killing also, we suffer, I call it from this community, I call it from this district. But I think it has been minimized. It has been minimized. Gradually, the slope is going down. Okay. It's not going up. The issue of rest, the slope is also going down gradually. But you know what? I'm being opposition. I understand the opposition has its role to play. So even if you can bring the skyscraper and put it right in here, because the opposition want to be where you are, they will tell you, say, in fact,
you think that you
the opposition will tell you, say, yeah, man, I think the building good, but it's not properly located. they will have to find fault because the guy want to be where you are.
You think that politics will have to change for people to be
I think it has to change. It has to change, but it's not going to change easily because if it do change, then there will be no reason for politics. There will be no reason for people to say they want to replace people. So no matter what happens, someone will have to fight back. So we must respect that.
Your very good friend, Senator Sir Joseph, said he wasn't safe in doing the CDC regime. Do you share similar view?
Let me respect my brother's opinion. I respect his view. Probably he spoke in context, and I don't know the context in which he spoke. So I can't speak to that.
Do you feel more safe? Do you feel more safe in having?
Don't give me a straight jacket.
I'm saying,
do you feel more safe in having today?
I'm just saying I'm going to respond the way I think I should respond.
But do you feel more safe in having today?
Definitely.
No, I'm asking you, said, I do. I didn't get you clear. Did you say, I do or don't know where he was speaking from?
No, I said I do not know the context in which
that's what
he spoke. So for you to say he's more comfortable, I don't know the context. Probably it could be security context, it could be economic context. I don't know. So I respect his opinion. I respect his opinion. For me, I'm comfortable. I was comfortable in the past. I am much more comfortable now. If you ask me, that means I'm accountable for me. In the past,
you're much more comfortable today.
Yeah,
than
I
you
was
were
comfortable. I enjoy. I was happy. The fact that I got life, I have peace. I work.
But you are more comfortable.
Yes, I think the country is moving further. I think so. Yes.
Then you were.
Yeah, my man. I just told you.
Let's move to. Can we now go on and talk some?
Let's talk some legislative matters.
Yeah.
Your new boss, what's Richard Nagbe, who is he? The relationship with you and him?
Oh, Richard and I, we got a very. I've served leaders over there, and I think most of my past leaders. The monitoring through this media, and everyone that I serve, I always try to build a strong relationship, and that's why I am claiming a lot of Kevin. I came there, we should use the word cadet. From 2006, I became representative. I have gone through the ranks and files, meaning from committee, one committee to another committee, and be very respectful, very kind, supportive of my leaders. So that's why my chance is just there. So time for me to say, it's just almost like a silver platter. Today, Richard Nambeko is my speaker, and he enjoys expressive confidence from me because there's always a future. And I like to use this media with my colleagues. And they know very well as I sit there to speak with people talking about people entitled to their opinion, colleagues entitled to the right. But I think Richard Nambeko enjoyed our confidence. Except someone want to set me down and tell me capital laws, points and reason why he shouldn't. But Kevin, as I sit in the studio today, he enjoyed my confidence, and I think he enjoyed the confidence because when you enjoy my confidence as his principal deputy, there are tons of my colleagues' confidence that he enjoyed. And we support him.
But that is contrary to what we've been hearing, especially from
recent.
one of your recent Representative Marvin Cole hinted at a plot to remove him, quote unquote, because of some report of marital issue and all that.
In the legislature, there will always be the issue of plot, perceived plot. And the reason is just simple. You lead a group of people. They are not your children. They are your colleagues, right? From different school of thought. Okay? So if the colleagues believe, for example, that day for instance, before I will leave for Lifa, we had this little issue with the payments of salary. And like when we talk about Christmas, the festive season, we don't compromise that. If the guy's salary is now up to the 23rd, 24th, it was a little challenge for us. Yes, the leadership now. And there are a couple of other benefits that colleagues leadership promised that we're going to do everything possible to get those benefits and to put into place. And if colleagues believe that these things are not done, they need to go back to the constituency, they need to go engage the constituents. Of course, there's a reason that it must meet and begin to vent up those angles. That probably the leadership is insensitive, nobody will use that word, insensitive to the plight of the coolies. Not necessarily, maybe the leadership was negotiating because there are processes going to finance ministry, preparing vouchers, preparing receipts, step by step, step by step. Somebody is delayed. Then coolies say, my man, we have to take some radical approach. The radical approach is, my man, let's meet and send a signal to those guys because they're joking, they're playing with us. So you will see these kinds of things playing in the theater. So you as a leader that understand that place, the best thing to do is to go and solve the problem. When the problem is solved, you get relief. So I can tell you today, there's no plot in Capitol building. On the issue of that, I don't know about other issue. I hear someone talking about Speaker, his personal, his private life. Until I can get it teacher, there's no plot. No plot, no 22 men, 24.
And that majority black is still intact?
It's intact.
What about availability to the rest?
No, Kelvin, I want the deputy to make something clear. That majority black.
The majority is more intact. I'm speaking to you as the head of the place.
So no.
And then from a friend's call and say, Father, you're not saying the truth. Don't get me wrong, there are issues. But they talk about removal, majority members and signing resolution to remove Speaker Deputy. It's not true. And I can defend my colleagues here.
So what if that resolution is in your favor to ascend you to?
No, it's not the way I want to ascend. No, I don't want to ascend into power like that. No, I'm very sure of that. Richard could enjoy my confidence. To where I sit today in the studio, he enjoys it. If you want to do anything on the contrary, you must come and set me down and I will use my lenses. The possibility and the rest of it.
So far, I'm not giving you any reason why you should not support it.
No reason.
The Kofa leadership, you served. The good thing about it, you enjoy.
You cut across.
Presidential, you cut across. Now, we've talked about the Mr. Weah, Mr. Blackeye, leadership you have presented. Now, again, we come to Capitol Hill politics. Kofa leadership.
I think the both of them, they are good guys. They are decent. They got a good leadership style. And Kofa did his part. He had his time. And today is history. And we say we wish one another well in his district endeavors. He's done district representative, big great crew. And I think he's doing very well. He's representing his people. And he's moving on. So I respect him. Kofa, I serve as his principal deputy. We have some quiet quality time. And I see some good leadership styles in him. And that's good. It's okay like that. Richard Nangweku, yes. He's a good guy. He's a quiet guy. He's a jovial guy. And I think he's flexible. And he's also doing well. We ask him to do more. Because when you sit in that seat, there are a lot more expected for you by your colleagues. So he just spent 1 year.
Is there something fundamentally different that you enjoy in Crew now that you did not enjoy in Kofa? Because all of us know it's an open book that at some point you ejected your support. You said, no,
I can
Mr.
see.
Kofa, I no longer support you.
Well, I think because I think the Kofa, the Richard, I think the both guys are good. They are good, except for obvious reasons. In the legislature, sometimes you might be the good guy, the best guy, but the majority of the colleagues, if they believe and see that things not going right, you're not faring well, they take decisions, but not necessarily in some judgment that you're wrong. Maybe in that judgment at the movement, if they believe that things not going right, then they take action.
Prospect, do you think with the way things are, because we are not in, Vame and I, we're not in Capitol Hill. You are the deputy speaker, you are quote unquote the doyens or one of the doyens there. You understand the legislative
No, he's the doyen.
Yeah. Do you foresee him with the way things are, from your lenses, that he could end his term?
I think there are a few things he need to do in terms of, I always say to people, when you give people responsibility, you need to give them a chance to show their true potential. And I think Richard Cool needs some time. He needs some time. And with all no disrespect to my speaker, my boss, he has been a member of the House of Representatives, but he has not been playing a leadership role. Wow. So when we talk about
there's a whole learning curve, right?
It's a learning curve for him. Leadership meeting, administering the affairs of committees and all of that. This is his first major task and the responsibility. So it's a whole new ball game for him. He needs to go through that process. He will make some mistakes. We hope that these mistakes that he made will not be a bigger mistake that will cause problem. And that's why I hope he always listen to me, because I'm always by his side, and I will always be by his side.
And
always,
you look like somebody who listens.
he listens to me, and I really applaud him for that. He listens to me, and that's why whenever issues erupt or about to erupt, he will always consult me. And because of that, I can tell you here for free, like I said in my team, there's no crisis in Capitol building. There's no problem. Except maybe someone want to tell me and come and show me why, maybe in the next few hours when I leave from here. There's no resolution. No one talking about resolution. So that the public know today, there is no resolution for the removal of Richard Nangwe Coon.
And the speaker cannot be removed from his private, whatever happens domestically. He can't.
That's another debate that we need to talk about. Maybe someone want to say because he has his personal life, he got his domestic life going on, you want to bring that in. There's something that we can talk about and make sense out of it. But until then, that's no issue. Okay. You know, let me tell you something, gentlemen. I can sit on the microphone and say what I want to say. It does not represent the opinion of the theater. The theater there is a different theater. So calling a career and leave here today so I can say Father Kim misrepresented us. And
But you can also predict the direction of the theater.
No, your prediction is not. Yes, that's why you said prediction. It could be factual and none. Right? I could just jump on and say, okay, like for example, the public was all in the public, 22 men have signed resolution to remove the speaker and the deputy speaker. It went wild. Right? But in the theater, I'm telling you, there's nothing on such.
Let's talk
nothing
about
on such.
Let's talk the
because I will know, Kevin. When it's there, I will admit and tell my colleagues, sorry, why reason, and I see that it's general, then we'll begin to engage. We'll begin to negotiate. But until then, there's some dissatisfactions, there's some issues. Yes, those issues will always be. But to the level of removal, no.
It's not there.
It's not there.
Let's talk
so I can defend my colleagues on that.
Let's talk the budget. The budget now has risen to $1 billion, 1.2. Is it a budget that will impact ordinary people?
I hope so. I hope so. That's why the budget is an instrument, it's a tool. You see, the budget is a representation of the 5 million people or more in cross sections of Liberians from different sectors. And the budget is being given the 5-6 million people entrusted 105 persons to make decisions. And those decisions sometimes are not popular decisions to the people. But in the opinion of those that you entrusted them. In this case, you entrusted 103 representatives and senators. Meaning elected officials now. You entrusted the president and the vice president. So you said to them, the 105 of you go and make decisions for us. Right? In their opinion, if they say we want to prioritize road this year as the government, another man would think maybe in Nima, for example, Nima would say road is not a priority because for us, for example now, for example. But in Lofa opinion, we say roads. Maybe the rest of the country say road. And it's where we're going to shift the priority. However, you got health issues. However, you got youth-related matters. However, you have to solve the bread and butter issue. But in the wisdom of the 103 or more people, they say, man, this is the way. So for now, I think and hope that the 1.2 billion or 1 billion budget should have a trickle-down impact and not that rest on the executive. The legislature have said, yes, we agree with you on some of your programs. You say you want to do A, B, C, D. So we look up to you in the next couple of weeks.
But your oversight will have to be robust as well.
Of course. That's why you gave them now. They ask you to tell you that these are our programs for the year. That's what the budget is meant for. And the legislature said, okay, we agree with you. Maybe some few addendum or some addendum on what you propose. And then they send it back to you. The implementing arm of that budget is the executive, so to speak. So the oversight responsibility now comes in after maybe quarterly. Every 3 months, every 2 months, you call agents of government and executive, they must come and report. Public work, you say you're going to do X number of roads. Why haven't you done that? you said agriculture program, what have you, education, health, youth-related activities. Then the oversight comes in. But until then, you allow them to do it. You trust them with their own proposal and say, yes, gentlemen, I think we agree with you. So in this case, the legislature said we agree with you. You projected $1 billion. Whether this can be actualized or not, you said it, and we agree with you. All right? It's on you now to make sure those resources are generated for the betterment of our people. And I hope that the $1.2 billion will help to salvage some of the bread and butter issues, some of the problems that we have in the community for our people.
The legislature returns on next Monday.
For
its third session. What's in it for the people of Liberia on your agenda?
Well, on robust oversight, in keeping with our three cardinal functions, representation, better legislation for our people, robust oversight for our people, holding the executive feet to the fire, making sure that representation is done adequately, the need assessment of our people, we'll be able to make sure that these things are done. And we hope that we can do a lot of positive legislation, bring some of the legislation up to speed, fit in the current day reality, because there are a lot of legislation, there are a lot of paperwork that has been done, but some of them probably could be archaic. So you need to meet current day reality, so we encourage ourselves.
Okay.
Let's meet those demands, those current needs for our people, so that our people, because this is a government. They said 3 separate but coordinated branches. We must at all times coordinate for the betterment of our people. So all of us have a shared responsibility to see how the country moves. So it's not about party, it's not about Joseph Parker alone. Joseph Parker is at the top, but we are also branches there that need to give the support for all of this party politics and things. Where necessary, party politics will have to play, but where we see the national interest, we also support the national programs.
The regional chamber is very key. Do you intend to relocate?
Yeah, I think we should be returning there. We should be returning. I think because you must always leave room. You must always leave room because I want you tomorrow. You said, my man, you gave me a definite answer. You said you also give me
why?
Maybe because of technical problem. Engineers have not completed the work. Maybe they will put one tire somewhere. The tire they did not put it there. They can't talk about microphone. They try to hire because I know that I'm told. But we were told by the chairman of Rules and Order that whole place is going to be on electronic device, and they have a very good proposal. When you see the blueprint, you get excited. So there are a lot of work they need to do to make that place functional. So we're hoping that our Rules and Order, and then the other side is resources. Sometimes you have in the budget to get those resources. It takes time. There are bureaucracies and all of that. So these things can sometimes cause impediment in making sure you want to actualize what you want to do. So I hope not in this case. I hope if all of the resources are given, the community can work within time to have us. So I want to leave that little space, but I know this year, maybe it probably would not be in January, it couldn't be, or it would be, but I know this year we're going to return to our main chamber.
Before we take calls, can you confirm whether you lawmakers received the 2025 Legislative Development Fund?
It is something the development fund because you got something they call I think they got Liz and they got this county development fund, but I know each county will get a county development fund.
Can you confirm
I think I can confirm that. I can confirm that, yes. That I can confirm, except otherwise I don't want to speak of something I don't have control of.
2025
Yeah, I think county development fund, they call it the CDF, and that is going to where you're working along with the county leadership to make sure whatever they decide to do, they do it.
Are you close to receiving the president?
Oh, very much. If Nemo will be there, all Nemo will be represented.
No, that is not about Nemo.
We are citizens that appreciate the moment Kevin. All political parties will be there. It happened in the past, right? You saw it. So we are independent people. Kevin, because for me, I don't have. Once I'm at the front, I will be in the front. So Nemo, every activities of Joseph Human Pocket, let me state this for the record again. Except where in the executive or they say no, don't come, you don't join, they will take our passing. But as far as no, as the vision bearer of Nemo, wherever Joseph Parker goes, once we have the time to go, you will see Nemo represented. Support, no support, I will tell my people we'll go there.
On your preparation for the Uganda Nemo.
But I'm prepared to receive the president and a part of my preparation. That you see my man Nemo going to grace the occasion and celebrate the president.
Are you
So
painting a
I'm
picture?
prepared.
Are you painting
Very
a
well
picture where
prepared.
anywhere President Boga goes, you see battle cry and all that? These cheering squads. Are you
No,
painting
these
a picture of
are
that?
you use them politically to energize the political leaders.
How many
So-
times you don't receive the president? You just did that on.
My man, I'm going to the cabinet nation capital. But Kevin, I told you I support the women. So everywhere the women go, except where the chance is not there, I won't go. Because I got my own responsibility, I got my own work to do just for the fun.
Okay.
But at national events, oh no. Once the time is there, my team agree, my colleagues on the Nemo,
Then you should be
we all
invited.
agree.
Don't go on
My man, all invited say I will go. Let it tell me, say my man, get all
Okay.
of the place here, yeah.
Call us on 080-514-096, 0775-677-376, 080-514-096. Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah is here as our guest. Let's hear from this person here. Good morning. Your name, please? Let's hear you. Let's hear you. Just go straight to the point. Let's hear from this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Clifton Walker Hilton, and I'm from my office in Congerton.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I am very excited by the conversation from the Honorable Deputy Speaker, and I like his momentum this morning. He comes with a lot of energy, and he comes with truth-telling to state matters. To rebuild this country, it can just be on the basis of mere partisanship. And I want to laud his sensitivity to true leadership under Ambassador Joseph Yumabwaka. It is a glaring fact that the country under the stewardship of this movement is transforming into a better place. And so we all need to amalgamate forces. And with no hesitance, I want to commit myself to working along with Nemo. These are the kind of ventures we want to see in our country.
Okay, let's hold you there. Let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, family.
Good morning. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Koga Dalito. And I want to say a big thank you for G. I want to say a big thank you to the Deputy Speaker. I listened to you and I'm trying to try this. What we are going to do right now, any of our leaders, I'm talking about science, that do not work for us. We will not put you on the hard pedestal disease. We will look at the examples of Thomas Fallah, those who are serving us and putting all the map, they are the people who will celebrate. I'm not missing my word. I'm too related with what he said. Is that about Thomas Fallah? Thomas Fallah, I'm not a fan of Thomas Fallah. But I see Liberia in Thomas Fallah. I see development in Thomas Fallah. The regime says here that I had. We will put ourselves together.
Okay.
Let to get the speaker and make sure that we celebrate those that deserve to be celebrated.
Thank you. Let's hear from this person. Good morning. Good morning. What's your name? Yeah, let's hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to commend the president because you know, I thought that he was a legislator, but he spoke like a financial expert because if officers will speak clearly and people understand what it means about money. And one thing that he said, sector, that really gave me respect for is, you know, as a man, anything you want to do, you should put your all. People who want to, come up and be higher beyond those. But if you are going for something, go for it and forget about what people say. Thank you for
Okay.
once again for Minister for having put in definitely a lot of JMB.
Okay, let's hear from this person. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. What's your name? Yeah, let's hear you from Bombing.
We I take a picture to the deputy, our boss, and he asked me a question, what are the materials that are intact? I show you that the is intact. There's nothing happening in your house. I kind of remove them, they are intact, or make sure that we work with our bosses to get the aim of the president. This country is going forward, and the next generation.
Thank you. Let's hear from this person. Amara Fofana, let's hear you. Amara, let's hear you. Morning.
Yeah, good morning to the Honorable Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah. My name is Amara M. Fofana, and I'm from the densely populated township of Ghana. I want to say to Honorable Fallah that you have said it beyond the imagination of any patriotic Liberian. I hear you because you are not a United Partisan. You are not being a strong supporter of President Weah before ascending to presidency, but because you have seen in MI, you have read his list, and you are beginning to understand his heart. As a patriotic Liberian, a wise man taking at the hand of state power, he desires to support him. Trust me, I declare you as my number one ally, even though you are not in the United Party, but I think I see you as a bridge that will take many other undesired minds to be the supporter of the patriotic leader in Joseph Mabaka. It's so kind.
Thank you. Let's hear from this person here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. What's your name?
My name is Seungano. I call from GMB and JK Dream of Bella Grow Foundation in Grow Community along the AV Pamina Avenue. Probably let me say hi to our dynamic Deputy Speaker Fallah. Fallah, there's a budget line in your legislative budget that has to do with housing allowance. My public submission of this bill is to eradicate that particular component of the budget by building or submitting a bill before a flow that will construct a residential area for all of the 17 lawmakers because it's a priority on our national budget. Can you take that into consideration? Thank you.
Okay, let's hear from this person here. Hello.
Hello.
Morning. What's your name?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. Let me say good morning to the SLIC President Weah and Honorable Thomas Fallah and Kevin Dame, my big brother. So this is someone from over my GV. Let me appreciate him for his courage to support development. He not seeing the Unity Party as an institution. He not seeing President Weah as a Lufian or a Liberian, but I think one movie is the development that he has seen over 2 years. So I think it is necessary that every Liberian, despite your political affiliation or your status in society, we all should support development in that about individual. But I have one question for him. Thomas Fallah, we the public, including some of the people have perceived people who are making moves. And one of your colleagues from the overall area direct the law had a bill of no reduction or salary or lawmaker. As a term or maybe as the figure to reach a boom. What do you stand with a bill as a Liberian and you who support government to reduce your salary to also compensate the foreign issue that been created by you people at Bali? How do you stand by that?
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning, Bobby.
Let's hear you.
Good morning, Honorable Deputy Speaker. My name is Steve Kennedy, and I'm from my own country resident on my way to town. Let me use this public medium to say thank you for the work you do for our people, manifested by your continuous elections winning. It tells you that the Liberian people are pleased and satisfied with your leadership. Let me also be grateful for you to be nationalistic, to see truth against hate. So, Honorable Deputy Speaker, the very day you launched the national movement to support the president, which is President Weah, today, in
Bonkande, we have established the national movement to support Wakai through your own institution. We have the membership of 5,600 in line with the Friends of Fallah.
Okay.
We are currently in an unfinished building in Bonkande, trying to set it
Well, I want y'all
We'll get your
discussing.
number. I think support you. We'll get your number. We'll get your number. The team will work along with you.
Chris, good morning from Nigeria. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, Bable.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, Bable. Good morning, Bable. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bable?
Yeah, just go ahead. You live.
Thank you, Bable. I have a question for the foreign deputy speaker. I like the way you put it. My 20-year friend in the CDC, amazing and look everything. Rumble Fallah, now.
Oh.
They made a mistake. Now
Oh, Chris, this call is WhatsApp call and people keep
Yeah.
call. Yeah, go ahead. He said, what's the question? Chris, he said, what's the question? Oh, God. Chris, you said, what's the question? I think you wanted to ask whether they made a great yeah?
the expulsion was on.
Oh God. Anyway, I think he's asking whether you think these people have made a grave mistake. The deputy will respond to that. We can take 3 more calls and go to the deputy speaker for response. Good morning. Good morning. What's your name? No, we have so many people on the line. Please, I don't know. Let's hear from this person. Good morning. Morning. What's your name?
Possible New Year to you guys. My name is and I'm a member of the Municipality Intellectual Bureau. I invited this morning. I want to say thank you because was made changes. You know what wrong yesterday because it was you never saw the truth at that time, but now you have seen the truth. So to teach in that part, although it's a part of the Unity Party, but supporting the party, I'm going to commend you there. I hope our group there will be Unity Party Intellectual Bureau. I think this will be a blessing to us. So to get a bureau for ourselves because they want to do any help for you. But this is my question, right? Will you be in a part of, like for me now, if I want to be part of your movement, if I will take membership as Unity Party because I will 100% Unity Party, if I will be part of it. So thank you for being there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So David, you got all of the questions. You can respond.
Well, thank you. I think it's more or less of
More
accommodation.
commendations.
We got a lot to do, for me, I'm not a guy easy to move. I like to work, and the work should speak for us. And you see, that's why we need to be honest with ourselves. I see some of our friends, you argue, you force, you want to fight. You don't need to fight. With a little understanding of the local politics on the ground, once you work, the people can see, they can feel, they know. They can always acknowledge the issue of opposition. The opposition would never see the good side because the guy wants to be where you are. But the majority or generality of the people will see the positive side of you. So whenever you come out tomorrow, you say you want something, obviously, trust me, the silent voters are the major decision makers in the electionary processes. They're not talking, they're not involved in our everyday politics.
He's responding to the question.
Our opposition, but man, that's why I'm top on and being elected 4 times, Kevin, let me speak up myself. Elected position Maserado. This is the hub of intellectual and cross sections of citizens. So to have been elected here, it speaks volume, Kevin. First, from 2005, straight they are left to go for. I have been elected, and overwhelmingly elected. So meaning, sometimes the silent majority, the normal politics, the normal politicians that will be on the radio, that they have nice firing, they are also there. They are all good people. So all these people put together, you always win. What I'm trying to say is, you must learn to do your work and be honest to yourself and your people. When you tell people things that you will do, try to do your best to do them. Your organization, your department, your output, your presentations must always be there. So when the time comes to make decisions, yes, you will not be the best guy, but someone will say comparatively, look at the individual vial contesting, a better man meet you, man. They will say the devil that you know that the individual that you haven't seen. So on the basis of that, again.
Yeah, the caller from Nigeria is asking specifically that if the CDC calls you back, whether you will go back.
No, I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I've already moved on.
Okay.
I'm already moved on.
So,
but like I
no
said,
need for reconciliation.
no, reconcile on different purposes. We are friends.
That would be another form of moving on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I said,
They
we want
reach
to.
out.
They reach out. We're not cutting our speech. We're not cutting our speech. You came to me and you said, my man, Fallah, let's continue. We're friends. Let's keep on our path. Definitely we're going to reconcile.
So rejoin the CDC.
No, rejoin the CDC. It's nothing for discussion. They expel me. Gentlemen, how I should say that thing?
But expel you, it doesn't mean you
Also, you can expel someone. Also, you
The specific question was,
until then, that means that bridge.
if they are willing to reaffirm you,
you put your wealth out.
okay, they can readmit you.
Okay,
They want to
come.
readmit you.
I hold on to that. Until then, I respect them. I love them and I cherish them. From the political leader to the least partisan of the CDC, we built relationships, gentlemen. And that's something that we don't need to overemphasize. And I love that relationship. And I cherish it. And I keep that to my chest. We talk often, we interact, we laugh, we share. Like I said, we share pleasantry. We talk. If I will always share with my brothers. But the only one thing I think this time around we're not on the same side is I have been expelled and I'm moving on with my political life.
Before we go on to the next one, this is politics. This is politics. I mean, because most of the calls were coming to this. So this is a follow-up to my colleague Vavle's question, concern. This is politics. Should the Unity Party or Mr. Barker give you any reason to not support him before the closure of 2029? Where could be your next alternative?
To not support Joseph Barker?
Yes, that's my question.
Has the president
said, should he give you any reason not to continue your support? This is politics.
I don't think so. Because he will always have interest. He will always have interest. Meaning, if Joseph Barker tells me that Fallah, do not support me, discontinue your support, right? Is that what you say?
Yeah, maybe.
But my next question would be, Mr. President, do you have an alternative? And
why if he doesn't have an alternative?
Well, that made my independent decision. That made my judgment.
What are the options?
At that time, I will make the decision. As the situation before at that time. Then I call my Kishi cabinet will make the decision, Kevin.
Okay.
Meaning we gave you all of our support, Mr. Barker, and we said give us direction, and today you said you out of it. Then I mean independently you make judgment, make decision at that point. So we're talking about. Let me not forget about, there are a lot of movement that we try to establish and we try to synchronize them and see how we can begin to work. And I would always like to say things. You heard about the Fallah movement. It's also a very big one. Fallah,
yeah. So I saw that.
People with different movements.
What is that?
They got that all over the place. My friends, my man, I've been around for a while.
You told them to formulate that.
No, people they get an independent movement for Thomas Fallah and different groups. So I'm finding a way to see how we can synchronize our thoughts and be able to move in one direction. So I'd like to say shout out to my boys, the financial movement, the independent movement, the FOF. Like I told you that we gravitated my people in Weah, right? So we went there with a political party, MB and all of that. So we're shifting now to the FOF because Weah about no clear. In a couple of weeks or months from now, Kevin, it's going to be, I'm saying, let me repeat myself. It will almost be like a one-party state. You go there, you hear Speaker Fallah.
Okay.
Speaker Fallah. Lofa is the city, we're going to indulge it down, push it down. Don't get me wrong, few of our colleagues will get their own way to go, but the generality of the people, the 95%, no, we're going to get it right back. And I learned the truth. When we went there, we reduced Unity Party to 63%. Like I always say, I owe it back. I'm going to take it and put it right back. Hear me, I'm going to put it back to to Baka basket. Because Baka has always been Unity Party, Ellie Joseph selling for 2005. I come in. For 2005. You want me to say that?
What do you mean?
Because
You know what?
it's
I'm so
interesting.
confused. Politics is bad. I talking about Joseph
Oh, yeah,
Bala.
it's me.
Let's say politicking.
I put it there.
Politicking. Take it from there. You want to put it
I
back.
put it
right?
back, so I got a responsibility to put it back. So I'm going to put it back in Joseph Parker.
You
Unity
own
Party
it?
basket.
You are
Oh,
gravitating
I
to
play a
becoming
major
the-
role. I play a major role, a very perfect moment. Gentlemen, you check the records.
No, I know that we
There
know
has
that. I
been-
mean, it's clear.
The record is there.
You
for
consider yourself now as
2005.
the Prince Johnson of Lofa?
No, I don't
Do you
want to take
look
that
at-
crown. Joseph Parker is
He's the godfather, right?
Is the godfather.
Okay,
of
so
my man.
somebody is asking about the reduction in the salaries of law because
Yeah, reduction.
Do you
Listen,
support it?
I will always support anything that is good for the nation. And you see, the theater, you know, sometimes the politics, that's why some of us have been there. These things, when people say, I normally tell people, colleagues have the right, they must be held, there must be proposal. But are these proposals can be actualized? The first thing when you put these proposals on the floor, yes, it's good for the hearing of the public. But how much work have you done among your colleagues? Because the game is a normal game. You must firstly be able to see out the logic to your colleague, the rationale behind what you want to do. In the end, once you have the number, you put it in, you succeed. So for me, I just one vote. My one vote was always support what is good in the interest of the Liberian people. If that can come for us to vote, if this is what the Liberian people and the generality of the police, obviously we're going to fall in line. Once it's justified, and I am convinced that yes, looking at all of the triggers, looking at all of the different details on it, and the reasons are all justified, not 100%, then it's something that we should do because it's part of our
Maybe my
life.
last two concerns, and then Vabli can close up. Maybe my last two concerns. What do you look forward to? You are the deputy speaker. You are a representative. What are your political prospects? Do you intend to just be to where you are?
The future seems great. We pray, and what I would say to that is to just continue to do what we can do. Do what you can do. You never tell the future. So for me, I remain on this path. I remain very progressive. No,
Presidency.
anything is possible. Kevin, trust me, in this country, contemporary politics, 20 years, I keep reminding you people, 20 years, it's almost like I'm going to school, I get PhD. Because 12 years for high school, 4 years for BSc, 2 years for our masters. To get PhD. I mean, 20 years I'm a PhD student. So in Liberian politics, I got PhD.
What is your knowledge about the North Central Alliance?
I've heard about it, and I think it's welcoming also. The North
Because
Central
it doesn't
Alliance.
have more bigger picture than how we see
The
it.
North Central Alliance, I think I encourage my friends to do whatever we can. Because, trust me, whether we like it or not, at some point I see the politics going to is gravitating to
Regional.
maybe regional, sectional, travel. There will be different lines taking in the politics. So you'll see, even our friends from the Southeast, they're putting themselves together, the Western side, everybody, because everyone has interest. At the end of the day, we're all going to sit on the table and discuss how we're going to place this. So I encourage all of my friends that think is the way to go. Let's go. In the end, we all will come on the table. The North Central Alliance is a strong alliance. And I think I want to be part of it and also help them. Because you're talking about that alliance. You just saying, it's not a joke. Meaning, if I'm getting you right, you're talking about Lima, Lufa, Pon, Magibi. If you know what that number is, then you should know that it's not a...
Give us an idea how 2029 going to look like.
For me, I think it's going to be much more easier. That
In
would be
whose favor?
Joseph Parker.
Listen now.
That's home, man.
You're telling me
That close the show. But why are you saying this?
I'm saying it because the country, in my view, you can disagree with me. That's the politics. Another group may come and say, Fallah is not saying the truth. But for what I see with my bare eyes. Take for instance, there are another debate someone will say, but man, we started it. We started
That
it.
is to say, whether you can go around. Do you take time to go around?
I go
Because you are
around.
the
Take for
deputy
instance, something that have not happened in our country for decades, since the country was established. Just take for instance, you're going to have an overhead bridge here. There are a lot of our kids, not because you and I have an opportunity to travel, they have not seen overhead bridge. You're going to, if this government can just achieve having an overhead bridge for Congo, going straight to ministerial complex, the guy that is 18 years of age that goes there and passes on that bridge and comes down, except otherwise. To need more and more, so I want to claim that's another debate. They say we initiated it and we started it. It's part of it. Because the children are learning, the children are growing, Kevin. The mentality of our people 10, 20 years ago, the kids now know they want to see development, they want to see improvement. The way you and I, when we came up, but today all of our children know computer, they know computer more than some of us that sit here. The children on TikTok, they read, they see part of the world. They want to see good things. They see good things in other countries, so when they see these good things coming to the country, they could make some positive decision when it comes to that. So we want to see the good of our country, brother.
Legislative staff force is very concerning.
Yeah.
We can lead the show without talking about the welfare, the well-being of
I think it's our responsibility to take care of our staff force. And I hope, like I said to the guys, last year, when you see we had this Rick Monroe, we were fighting to have a balance in the legislature, so to speak, the House of Representatives. So the budget last year, yes, it was just something that we were just managing to some extent to climax the year. Now, we're on the right path, except I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. We're hoping that this leadership now should redirect our focus and see how we can work together now the budget has passed. We are back to time. I hope the committees will be prepared to report so some of us can give our advices. And these are things we need to work on, increase benefits, staff for welfare.
Under this budget?
Yeah, I'm hoping that.
You're hoping that?
Yeah, that will happen. Yeah.
Well, Deputy, we started with LOFA, and I thought we should end with LOFA. Back to FOIA, 2026, what's going to be your priorities?
Oh, keep it up. Infrastructure, human resource. As we speak today, LOFA, let's get to the human resource aspect, and that's the unique part of it, because it's a program that's going for the next 4 years for the tertiary programs where we want to see most of our kids after high school don't go back on the farm, don't go back in the village. There are thousands of them. The capacity is not there, in all fairness, to get all of them, but we try to do our best. For instance, we initiated, my team and I, those that want to just top 800 man in Lofa College. We got about 200 plus young people cut across the country going there. It's a 4-year program so they can get their first degree. That is all going. In Monrovia, I managed to bring up to 250 people that in Monrovia currently going to school at Federal University, attending Apex University. So yes, high school, we focus on that because I think human resource building is important that we do. Infrastructure, yes, we're on path, we're on course. For example, first of it county, you go in Lofa County, FOIA now, you go where you talk about Paloma, people there for city capacity, somewhere to have meeting programs. You go to Paloma now, we call it the Paloma City, that is in one of the districts they call one. You'll see administrative building, you'll see a guest house, you'll see commissioner office, that decency is there. You go to Medicoma today, you'll see similar, as we speak now, we engage with Kenya. We're going to set similar things down. I hope very clean, nice. Today we're not shame if we get a big program, with the exception of Central FOIA, you can go on the Oscar and have meetings and have programs. Our road network, the bridges, we connected. Yeah, found the market road, agriculture programs, giving small subsidies to our mothers to do the little rice farm, the little sugarcane farm, the cassava farm, buying those machines and stuff. We're doing that macro loan for our people, the marketers. So yes, FOIA is good 2026. We have an agenda already set. We just keep doing it. So you guys are invited. July, we're going to be doing a lot of dedications again. I hope those projects are completed for the people of FOIA, and then we expand gradually. Then we carry on the development plan of Lofa County. We will set that blueprint and hit the road running, and then we're moving on. Lofa is going to be great. I mean, you asked me about what you see, man.
What about
Oh, we good with Wologisi. We like to encourage the president and his government. That is a big conversation also. That could be part of our development
to
plan.
have money activities.
To have to explore and carry on money. Because remember, we got nothing in our country on a very serious note. We believe that is the only thing that we have in terms of natural resource, and also leading that advocacy. So we're encouraging the executive that have the constitutional authority to negotiate, to get concessionaires come into LOFA, into the country, to see how we can begin to explore. Because you need to put the system into place now. It's not in the next 1 decade to have actual exploitation.
Is it a LOFA voice, or this is Thomas Fallah?
No, it's a LOFA voice. You know the uniqueness of our county, Kevin. I don't know whether your son, my man, Mr. Joseph Barker, the Kissy people were the great uncles of that county. So I'm speaking here as a great uncle, small, and nobody come as a small uncle.
So this is
I think it's
unanimous.
It's unanimous, yes. But however, we get widow for disagreement.
Okay.
But I can tell you today, if you go to Lofa County, you say you want to give the man go to Lizzie, Tifa said, Fallah said, you see most of the people say, Uncle said, and it is the right thing for us to create job for our children, opportunity, everything will fall in line.
Okay.
Okay, Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah, thanks for coming this morning.